It's something like a story of one night in Portland, and it's not necessarily the camera follows one person, but the camera follows a series of events through a night, starting from, I'm guessing, sunset to sunrise the next morning. And events take place, and maybe they'll be linked in a way, but maybe no one will ever know. And it'll be like that really good bit in Twin Peaks when you just had 40 minutes of weird footage, and at the end you went, "Yeah, I think I know what that was about." Yeah, like that.
feels like either a sort of very waking kind of dream, but there's a very distinct memory that I have of being interviewed or something or other, and it was like, what would you tell yourself? And I said, just fuck everything. Fuck literally everything.
Doesn't matter anyway, we've got a ticket. We don't know what's important. Oh, we're not, we were just saying. I'm sticking with my ticket. I think so. He wants to see it. He's going to have to give it to my member.
I know what we need to speak to. Me and my friends. That's the obvious thing. Get some IOU, where you'll be heavily defeated. Feels bad about that. Yeah. And he's never played again. I am a genius. All the way sorry, I haven't.
Yeah, I don't recall many dreams. Yeah.
Do you never wake up in the morning in a really fuggy mood because you've had a horrible dream?
Very rarely, James.
I get that a lot.
Yeah, well, that's not surprising.
What do you mean that's not surprising? Why don't you explain yourself since we're recording?
You think a lot, James. You imagine a lot.
Basically, where does it begin and where does it end? Where? At what point?
Having a baby went on all bloody night. And that was the last time. I don't like staying up all night. I like going to sleep.
Basically, where does it begin and where does it end? Where? At what point?
Some remarkable events in the night, and was when our grandchildren were born. For some reason, children are always born in the night time.
Sleep is essentially just a very close relative of death, isn't it? But then when you get dreams, you realise actually you may be resting your entire body, but the mind is still racing. There's still a lot of influence going on there. So are we ever truly at rest until the grave? I mean, you know, the mind is consistently churning.
What's the word, the French word for the orgasm, James?
Oh, la petite.
Petit mort, isn't it?
Petit mort, that's it, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Just like the death, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's a rough brutish English translation, yeah. Petit mort, the little death, yeah. That is how the French people describe an orgasm.
How the moon affects us, how the moon affects us, how the moon affects us, how the moon affects us. So we sort of embrace that concept and we start meeting up on the cliffs of Portland.
It's too right, you can watch the moon. It's too bright, you can watch the moon.
Sorry, Sean. I've never seen a milk float down there before.
Never. Oh, it's kind of days when it was electric.
Really?
Yeah. But you could drive all the way around here then.
That was a long time ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, you can't now. There's cars everywhere.
But you're still. I think it's not that late, is it? I mean, I thought the milk round used to be like 3 o'clock in the morning or something.
It used to be, yeah.
Right.
Now we have to officially be finished by 7.
Okay.
You know, and our depot's in Yeovil. We've got to go to Yeovil, load up, come back, do Wayne from Portland, and go way back again. And then come home again.
Stop talking then, mate. Yes. The film is kind of about a night in Fortuneswell.
Yes.
And I suppose in a way you're part of that night, aren't you?
Oh yes, I suppose. A co-op. Yep, co-op. Fortuneswell.
And
Co-op. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's handy.
What about it do you like?
Well, it's not hard. I get to meet people. Just down the road from where I live. Yeah, it's something to do as well.
You don't mind working at night then?
No, I don't mind working at night. I prefer working at night because I've got 2 children. So my partner works during the day, and then when he comes home, he looks after them when I go to work.
There's a couple of young kiddies coming from Cockney land, right? And there's like Russian dolls, full of themselves. Very good. Yeah, I get it. Anyway, they went on just before closing time, and they was in the porch for an inordinate amount of time, laughing and that. And so I went out to have a look what was going on.
Good evening. Hi.
Well, have a look what was going on just after they'd gone, and they went on and pissed all over the floor in the porch. So, but unfortunately, he left his jumper. Yeah, so I grabbed his jumper from on the chair and chucked it on the floor and used my foot to wipe up all his piss with his jumper. And following them down the road, back there about 50 yards down the road, I caught up with him. I said, "Well, you forgot your jumper." He said, "Oh, thanks, mate, thanks." And he put it on. He said, "Oh, it's all wet." I said, "Yeah, I know. I wiped your piss up with it."
I did have one of those. I woke up in the middle of the night one night, and I couldn't move a muscle. Really? My eyes were open, but I couldn't move a muscle at all, and that scared me for about must have lasted 20 minutes, half an hour, I suppose.
Out of body experience, or just?
Certainly, no. It was in a body experience. Very, 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 very scared. A big black thing up in the corner, but obviously because I couldn't move my eyes, the eyes were open, but I couldn't move them, so there was this blind spot. And it does give you a sense of foreboding. But yeah, never been so scared in my life.
I think we all dream a lot, but we don't tend to remember. But in my experience, the themes that appear in my dream tend to do with the things that kind of on the top of your agenda, in that period in your life. So if you have certain sort of anxieties about, I don't know, a big project that you're doing and that dominates your agenda and you're really focused on it, then that will morph somehow into your dreams. It won't be like an accurate depiction of it. It might be like really surreal, and but that tends to play a part in it. Why do we dream and sleep in that format? Why do we sleep and take that coma-like state when you're just lying down and your pulse really slows down and your breathing becomes more slower and you take less oxygen and you exhale less carbon dioxide? And how did we evolve to sort of manifest things like that?
Wow, we're naturally attuned to fear the dark, because there could be a saber-toothed tiger just about to leap out and rip off our face, so that's definitely inbuilt.
So how did we pacify being frightened of the saber-toothed tiger? That to me would sound like you're sleeping with one eye open, as the Metallica song goes,
Yes.
And you won't be very still. You'll be kind of like always on guard, like on that fight or flight thing.
Yes.
Because my parents lived in the middle of nowhere, so we could see these blankets of stars and there was no light pollution at all, and I always loved that small couple of minutes where your eyes were adjusting to the dark when you're outside and you feel like you're really kind of enclosed and contained because you can't see anything, and suddenly you've got this the line of the trees will appear and the path in front of you appears, and suddenly this whole world kind of opens up again. Actually, I do get these senses of panic and wake up quite suddenly. And it is normally all related to the baby, thinking, oh my goodness, is she okay? And you kind of, it's almost like that entering into that deep sleep means I've gone a bit too far away from her.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness, because you need to feel like you're consciously watching her all the time.
This is a weird one. I like talking to people though, that's the difference. I like talking to people. I really do.
Well, they're our species, aren't they?
Yeah, there's not enough of it. Too many people are afraid to approach people now. And it shouldn't be like that. There's no hurt in saying good morning to somebody, whether you know them or not. It doesn't hurt, no. That might be the only person that's contact with them like that. So you're not concerned. I've been in dark places when nobody spoke to me and I didn't want to speak to people and that, and I tend to didn't like that feeling. And just the fact that people generally say good morning spruced me up, if that makes sense. So I wanted to continue that. There's beauty in isolation sometimes, and this is a perfect space for that.
I woke up and I didn't feel shit, and it was really early, and Jenna got up with Betty and they were flying. It was like, fuck it, I'm going to go out for a run. And this is when I just bought a chest torch thing, so it wasn't even light yet. And I left, and I got to Church Oak Cove as the sun was coming up, and it was cloudy over here, but the horizon was clear, so I was getting the full, and all our clouds were lighting up pink, which is like not that different from a really, really beautiful sunset on our side, but to see that first thing in the morning as opposed to at the end of the day. Also, like when you run, you basically get high, see endorphins, and I've just typical fucking hit 40 middle-age crisis, whatever. I've got into that. So I'd sort of run about 5k to Church Oak Cove. I'd run it quite quick, and I was like, all fucking excited. And watching that was beautiful. And then I ran down the old railway track, and up what they call the goat path, that windy fucker that goes up. But because I was all like excited by seeing the sunset and my nice runs high, I was just like fucking flew up it around home. Yeah, and it was beautiful, man.
More beautiful than you. It's not true. More beautiful than you. Beautiful than you. You know it's not true. You did not come down from heaven, but somewhere else. Somewhere else. Slowly, like ice in a cold place. Gonna melt slowly. Slowly. More beautiful than
sane and the insane equal at night as the sane lie a-dreaming? Are not all of us outside this hospital who dream more or less in the condition of those inside it every night of our lives?